Hey peoples, Karina here. I'm back with the second video. As you see, the title is below. Protect your spiritual gifts at all costs, okay? Listen. Manipulation is super duper heavy in the church house. You got people saying, well, I feel like this person is the one. Or I feel like he or she is the one. Or I feel like this job is the job that I need to take. I feel like this is whatever I need to do. And folks usually say, oh, I got to pray on it. We got to pray fervently together and ask God if we are for each other. A lot of times people go against the answer that they get in their spirit. Because first of all, when you know that you know that you know something is for you, signs and wonders are going to follow you regardless. And you ain't even got to pray about it. When you do that, what you're indirectly doing is you're begging God. And you have free will to do whatever you please. However, there are consequences. You have, like, when you're begging God, when you go into God and you praying about something, like, can I have this? Can I have this? Is she the one? Is he the one? Okay. Sometimes your own thoughts get in the way. You try to reason with it, like, you feel like, okay, this person only wants to do this because my mother likes her, or because my father likes her, but whatever it is. Or you might be reasoning in your mind saying, well, we done already bought dresses, and we done already bought this, and we done already bought that, and we ain't gonna renege on the situation, so we're just gonna pray for peace while we go and make this mistake. And then a lot of people have the most beautiful weddings, whatever like that, and then years down the line, sometimes not even too many years, they feel deep regret in their soul, and then start saying that people have attacked their life. Nobody attacked your life, bro. Nobody attacked your life, sis. You did not follow what your higher self was telling you. The part of you that is not fucked up mentally, the part of you that's like your little inner radar, the Holy Spirit in you, you didn't follow that. So you feel like you need to go get hours and hours and hours and hours of counseling to get somebody to co-sign on your thoughts that you know deep down inside is not really what you want to do. I'm going to use myself for an example, okay? Coming out of all this manipulation from being in church, I was told basically that, whenever something didn't work out in the past, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. And a lot of times people are telling you, not more times than not, whenever somebody is trying to make you get rid of an idea of something that you didn't understand that feels so fulfilling in your life, and it's not detrimental to your life, but it looks good because somebody else wants you to do it, and then you dive off into it, you're being manipulated, okay? Myself, I did something stupid, okay? Before ever finding out about twin flames or anything like that, not even knowing what the fuck it was, okay? I didn't even find this shit out until maybe 3 years later. 3 years prior to me making this video. Okay, I found out maybe like I found out in 2016 about twin flames. Because I was wondering, searching, trying to find out, what is this about? What is that about? Why do I feel like that no matter what I do, I'm trying to get this incense from over here. I was trying to find out, no matter what I do, or no matter what I say, and no matter what I feel, how come what everybody says that I need to let go of, I feel like it's literally going to rip my ass apart to let it go. So here it is. I was in a relationship from many years ago, off and on, off and on, off and on. And with me being in church, deciding to go back to church after like not going for a while, you know, I've had people tell me, you know, you got to let it go. You know, you blocking your blessing from what God want to give you. And then I'm knowing when I got married to this pastor that it was the wrong thing to do. So I felt like in my 26-year-old mind that, no, I was, about 26. In my 26-year-old mind, or 27-year-old mind, I thought, okay, I done did everything else, so I'm going to be safe if I go ahead and marry the pastor in church, and this motherfucker say, oh, you just want to ride on my coattail because my gifts. No, you have a title, sweetheart, but you were using my gifts. You were sucking my energy. When I sat there and told you how I felt about whatever, you wait until after we got married to tell me, yeah, you don't like how I'm treating you? Yeah, guess what? So-and-so is supposed to be your real husband. Yeah. And that ripped my ass apart because I knew what he was saying was true. But he carried on his facade because he wanted to suck from my energy, but make people think I'm riding his coattail because his name was Apostle so-and-so. When my motherfucking gifts was in operation behind the motherfucking scenes. Some people will hype somebody up so much because they wearing a nice little suit or whatnot like that to church and be like, glory! But you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. And my self-esteem was so goddamn low at the time, my gifts had totally just, I was feeling like, okay, this person was sucking my damn energy, leaving me feeling depressed, suicidal, half motherfucking crazy, because this motherfucker was abusing the fuck out of me. And because I was too worried about what the church gonna say, well, when it got so bad, I couldn't even worry about what they was gonna say no more. I was trying to go to people for help. And they say, how dare you speak of this man in such a bad manner? He is a man of God. And I'm like, really, bro? So I'm telling you, my motherfucking ass is getting mentally, physically, and emotionally abused at home. And y'all's motherfucking ass is saying, oh, no, you the devil. Really? 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 Okay, see, that's your problem. You're worshiping a goddamn body and you're not paying attention to the spirits in the bodies. Okay? And for them to tell me, well, I got more to lose than you do. You ain't got shit to lose. My title. I got to keep my title. Really? Okay. But anyway, as the years went on, this motherfucker did so much shit. And I mean, I literally had a breakdown from telling people what the fuck was going on. I asked for help. I told people, oh, my little plant, it's actually growing. I didn't notice that. Yeah. But anyway, I was trying to tell people what was going on because I wanted the fuck out of that shit. And the fact that I jumped and got married to somebody else due to the fact that before me even knowing it, I was on a twin flame journey and I didn't even fucking know. But because the church tells you it's a demonic soul tie, they didn't even hear the term. They just took off of what I was telling them. Look, I was feeling this and I was feeling that. But I couldn't tell that to everybody. I told that to a couple of trusted people. You know, a lot of times they would sit there and say, she mental or he mental, if you're going through whatever like that. And it's like certain folks, when my husband sat there with me in counseling sessions, I was not able to tell these people, my husband knew, and he didn't tell these people either. He sat there and played along with these assholes and watched them give me so much fucking medication to where my spiritual gifts shut the fuck down. For a whole year, I couldn't hear from God too much. So what I started doing was throwing the medicine away little by little. This motherfucker knew that he trapped me in that marriage. He played like he didn't want to marry me, but then wanted to marry me, then didn't want to marry me, then wanted to marry me. So I'm like, what the fuck is it? So, he left from his place where he lived, came to move in with me, kept it a secret from the church before we actually got married. Are you serious? knew, because when we got home from that, he was like, ha, 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 ha. You ain't with your God mate. You ain't with the person that God told you to be with. Nah, you fucking stuck with me. And you know you was in love with this person, but because you and the other person did y'all shit, y'all both, not just him, not just me, both of y'all together, because that shit don't be on just no one person. You had people on that side saying, oh, you too young to be falling in love, telling that to him. You too young to be falling in love with somebody talking about marriage. You young, you 23, you need to live your motherfucking life. 22, he was 22 going on 23, and I was 23 going on 24. Be like, oh, you too young to be talking about marriage and wanting to marry this girl. Live your motherfucking life. And him being young, listening to that, you know, when a young person hear that, they don't know that, okay, maybe this what this person is telling me is wrong, but because I love you, mother, or because I love you, father, I'm going to listen to what the fuck you're saying. So they listen, and they do that, and they be gone for 2 or 3, 4 weeks at a time. And then I decided to start like trying to sharpen my gills, because when the person was there prior, he noticed some things. Well, he mentioned some things a few years ago, about 3-4 years ago, that was happening, when he thought back over everything and said, you got to be careful with your words. You used to write poetry. A lot of the things that you've written down have came to pass in your life. Stop and think about what you're writing. Don't do that. And we pieced some things together, okay? He said, remember when you said that you prayed for me to get out of the streets? Remember how I got out of the streets? But how did I get out though? What happened to me? Because he went through some dire shit. So I was like, damn, I ain't mean for all that to happen. He's like, did you a witch? He's like, did you put a curse on me? Like, no, I ain't put no curse on you. Did you put a curse on me? And I'm going to ask you how you did. Because here's the thing. When true twins get together, unknowingly, they spiritual gifts fucking work lightning speed. Because y'all are the same energetic match. So guess what? If they calling you a witch, they a witch too. Y'all got the same energetic makeup. Hence the name Twin Flames or Twin Souls. Okay, but in my defense, I never knew about Twin Flames at that moment. And then something happened to me. Like, I didn't find out about it, like I say, until like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. This man, as clever as he is, literally prayed his way back to me. And I'm going to tell you how he did that. He said, but I didn't snap to it until like, with this being 2020 and you awakening to certain shit that happened, it's like you're going to have flashes of things that happened in your life. And you're going to start getting clues. And all you got to do is write that shit down and piece the shit together. And therein lies how you walk through on your path, okay? Both of us ended up marrying people that weren't each other, okay? One of us came out the marriage with kids. I don't even know why I said that. Like that. But one of us ended up having kids outside of each other. We were married to totally different people. And when I found out about all this stuff like this, I was like, okay. Not knowing the full dynamics of things was like, okay, well, you know, I just pray that, and he ain't say, I'm going to pray for you. He literally prayed for me. He say, if any man that don't love you at least half of what I love you, then they don't need to be with you. You're better than that. You deserve at least half of what I'm giving, if not the full amount that I've given. And you know what? I always wonder why I could never have a relationship to stick. God damn it. It's basically like, oh, and after that he said, God, give her the desires of her heart. If you know goddamn well the desire of my heart was you, but you prayed somebody else into my life, and the person came a year later exhibiting a lot of the same energetic traits. However, due to their upbringing And the fact that they had a person latched onto them from their past that was actively doing witchcraft because she did not want to let him do his duties as a goddamn walk-in, which I never found out he was a goddamn walk-in. So I said, wait a minute. You have your twin. And should some things arise that your twin cannot be with you due to other responsibilities, you ask you to walk in. A lot of people never even find out that they have a walk-in because they never even knew they were on a journey to begin with. But I'm going to tell you how to know if you was or was not. If there's somebody in your mind that all you can do is think of the loving things and the loving thoughts aside from the sex, because if all you're doing is thinking about the sex is the only thing you remember about them, it's not your twin flame, it's fucking lust, okay? It's fucking lust. Let's say what it is. So this walk-in, they will embody a lot of the energetic traits of the true twin. Like upon meeting them, you see synchronicities. You hear the ringing of the ears. You get downloads. You getting all this motherfucking bomb-ass shit. And even your spiritual gifts will kick up too. But then there'll be parts of that person. Like, here's the thing. Walk-ins, or we're going to call the walk-ins the called to step up, okay? When I was saying in the past video, many are called, few are chosen. The chosen one is your real twin flame. The called one is the walk-in now. The difference between called and chosen, when you're chosen to do something, sometimes y'all can do shit that's so fucked up to each other that you'll be like, you know what, this ain't gonna work, but you need to expand your thought process, because in all this shit, I realized that my ego was fucked up at the same time. You can't say, after all y'all been through, just stupidly say, oh, well, we both got married to other people, but I ain't had no kids in a relationship, so I don't want to accept your kids. I think that's a little harsh. At the time when I said it, I meant that shit. But at the same, that was just the hurt bitch in me, okay? But thinking about stuff, if a person does that and y'all both move on and shit like that, or they tried to move on, or you tried to move on, and kids come about it, then it's not like they planned to do the shit to hurt you. The shit just motherfucking happened due to them listening to other people. So you can't really fault them for whatever like that. Don't make your twin feel worse than what the fuck they already do. Okay? When a walk-in refuses to do the motherfucking job that they were drawn to you to do, and y'all gelled like this, but the deeper you get into things and you start explaining to them what stuff is, it's like it's like the connection is there, but they refusing their higher self. They're saying no. It's like they're literally, not all walk-ins, because sometimes you never know, like I said, that you had a walk-in. So a lot of times it'll go hidden that, hey, if you don't like really dig and trace back, soul search, find out what connections did you have in your life and what was the purpose, and are you able to let it go? That's the 3 things you need to know. That's the 3 things you need to ask. What's this connection for? What was this connection for? What is it? Is it something that I can let go of? What am I supposed to learn from this? So I didn't find out until recently that the walk-in is a twin indeed, because they were the fill-in, standing in the gap for the real twin, because the god doggone twin prayed them in my life. And the reason the walk-in could not, like, I feel like, okay, when I step back, because a lot of people be talking about they on a journey and I gotta, please, 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 please. No, you don't beg a motherfucker to understand where the fuck you're coming from. You fucking step back. And if you're trying to do work on them to be like, break them free of shit. You can't do work on somebody to break them free of a fucking thought process that they want to hold on to. Now, the only way you can break somebody free from something is if they want it. Okay, if all they ever saw was their mama being hurt, their mama being abused, whatever like that, and which is not the case with all men. Because some men grow up in a home where they see their mama treated so bad that they grow up and decide to be a better man than what their father or stepfather was. Okay, I know one. Okay, nothing like his daddy. Okay, and then you got some that'll be like, you know, well, my mama was an abused woman and that's all I need to see. So what you're doing indirectly is making the women that come into your life, which is why part of the reason that no woman has, they've got what you give to them and it go away. Because a lot of times men think that, okay, when they can't get in touch with their emotions and they're not in touch with the feminine side of them, because we all have a masculine side and a feminine side. Okay? Your masculine side is that part of you that makes you strong, that picks you up every day, that helps you get through shit. Feminine energy is the side with the loving heart, the kind, this and that, you know, the sweet soul that sometimes people will look at you as gullible because you have such an open and sweet and loving and pure heart. That's the feminine side. And yes, men can embody more of their feminine energy and not be gay. And a woman can embody more of the masculine energy and not be gay. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong, period, with none of that. If you're a sensitive person, you're a sensitive person. If you're like one of those people that feel like you hard and you need to be broke down a little bit, shit, I had more ego to break down than this one. A lot more. Well, I say a lot more because yeah, I know me. Because when I decide and make up my mind and say, God damn it, and I put my foot down and say, I'm not going to do something, that's it. Hit the dun on the piano or whatever like that. Done. Hit it. Just dun. Done. Okay? The thing is this. When a walk-in refuses to do what they were called to do, it's like they accepted the call and then hung up on your ass in mid-conversation. Bad reception, okay? Bad spiritual reception. See, God ain't playing with people like that. It's only going to be so much that you can say and do to a person before God step in and be like, that's enough. That is enough. Because whenever, see, even walk-in situations can still get spiritually attacked. Like people will see that and be like, they'll see the potential that love can be there and attack it just because it's potential. A lot of men think, okay, well, as long as I'm buying her things, she gonna stay with me. Wrong, 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 okay? Wrong. That's not always true. If you giving a woman everything and then she up and leave your ass, who fault is that? Yours, because you didn't open up to this woman on a level of getting to know her. You just wanted to buy her things to see her smile. You felt like you'll go broke behind a bitch rather than to give her the most free and the most valuable piece of yourself, which is bearing your soul to her. And anytime you're with a woman and you cannot bear your soul to them, or just look at them and be like, you know what, I love you just because. No particular reason. I just feel like you need to hear it. And I feel like it's so strong in me that I have to say it. That's what real women want. Miss me with that shit about I'm going to buy you a gift every day. Fuck that. My love can't be bought. If you can't give me the most precious part of you, which is the soul connection, then we don't need to fuck with each other. Period. Period. Okay? Now, If a man is bearing his soul to you and he's loving on you and everything like that, then gifts are like butter on a biscuit, okay? Because these are the things that I cherish more than anything. I cherish those moments where we used to say, I'm bored. Let's go to the store and just figure out what we want to cook or whatever do today. We do that. And then be like, what's playing at the movies later? Let's go to the movies. Because this was me and the real twins damn thing. We always had something to do. And even if we didn't have nothing to do, we were just perfectly content being in each other's company. We never got bored with each other's personality. And another thing I'm going to speak of. A lot of times when people, women more especially, not so much the men, because the men don't got no problem with their sexuality a lot in church. Women will be sitting up there in church and wonder why your shit ain't working, or you be like, oh, the man is trying to cheat on me. One or two reasons. Either he ain't. No, it ain't no one or two reasons. There's only one reason a man really cheats on your ass. His soul don't feel fulfilled. It don't mean you can have like the worst damn sex in the world, but I promise you, if y'all are on a good soul level, he gonna talk to you about it and be like, look, let's work on this. Well, you know, your head game is a little weak. Let's watch some videos together so you can learn how to do this or do that. Or let me just tell you what I like. Let me tell you this or that. Because a lot of women get in church and be like, oh, my husband cheating on me because I feel like I'm not freaky enough. That's not why he cheating. He doing whatever he's doing to you because you don't fulfill his soul. Sure, you birthed his kids, but his soul is still thirsty for more. You know what I'm saying? And that's not something that you can buy, you know, or that's very immature to be like, well, I got his kids. That's all you got. Is that all? If y'all don't have a deep soul connection, you really don't have nothing but a blood bond, a soul tie with kids. Just like I have a blood bond with my child's father, my ex-husband. That boy is 20 years old now. Gonna be 21 in May. But you know what? People have kids together, but that don't necessarily always mean that that's your forever person. Sometimes you will be with a person because this is the person that was possibly meant to just push that child out. Okay? And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You think my son's daddy is my forever mate? No, I don't even feel no type of way if I see him with anybody. Matter of fact, his baby mother that he has now, I've actually met her before I even knew she was with him. She was a cashier in a store that I used to go to all the time by my folks' house. And we hit it off real good. And then I come to find out later she is my son's daddy new wife. And I was like, wow, she's just like the most coolest ass fucking person. I didn't have nothing fucked up to say about her. Why? Because I have no loving feelings for this man, period. And if I had to pick anybody to be with him, it would be her. I think she's a good person, personality wise. I'm not in their house with them, but they don't really need my approval. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is when a woman acts nasty with the man that she has kids with, is one or two reasons. She's still in love with him, or he doing some dirty shit to her because he's mad because she don't want him no more. That's the only two reasons. Because if you're really not in love with the man that you had kids with, why would you be catty with the woman that he's with now? It makes no sense. I think she's fucking awesome. I told her I thought she was fucking awesome. And then when she told the daddy, oh, I met your ex-wife, so-and-so's mother. She's so fucking nice. Like, we both had the same fucking compliment about each other. Know what I'm saying? And that's how you know. It's not about the nigga no more. Y'all got kids by the same person. Y'all's kids are siblings. So this is the way I look at her. She is my son's stepmother. She is my son's baby brother and baby sister's mother. And that's what she's going to be. Okay? That marriage dissolved since, long ass fucking time ago. Well, actually, we were locked up on paper for like 10 years. The motherfucker didn't want to let me go, whatever. So I've been locked up on paper with him for 10 years, and we didn't even live together all the time, the duration of being together or whatever. And I think we only been divorced maybe like about 9-10 years to current. Wait. Like, I think I got divorced. No, it's been 12 years. Damn. Seemed like just yesterday I was screaming, "Get me free!" Yeah, but anyway. That was damn near 12 years ago. 12 years ago. Felt like shorter. Okay. It felt like it just happened. It's so surreal. I was locked up on paper for so goddamn long. I ain't never been so happy to be free. I ain't know what the fuck to do with myself. And then he got married after me or whatever like that. But that's a whole nother story that I ain't gonna mention because she's totally irrelevant. Yeah, I lied. I am gonna mention it. She was totally irrelevant. She left him when she found out that I wasn't gonna be catty with her. When she tried to be friends with me, and you know, we were trying to be friends and everything. Be like, why? And it's funny because she told my son, she said, well, Miss So-and-so, he never called her mama or nothing. He say, why was she telling me, or no, telling me, or I think he overheard or he told her something like that, saying, why your mama don't have no problem with me? And my son, I think she told him that, and he was like, why should my mama have a problem with you? It's like, well, she was doing all these things to try to make me jealous of her being married to my ex-husband. It didn't much work. I mean, she got to the point she was picking me up from places, dropping me home, trying to be my friend and shit like that. And I mean, seriously, trying to be Miss Goody Goody. But then when she found out that I wasn't going to respond to whatever she was trying to do, because I didn't even know she was trying to compete with me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't find that shit out till later after they divorced. That I was too easy for her. It was too easy for me to be, no, it was too hard for her to try to piss me off or make me mad. Because first of all, I was the first woman that my son daddy supposedly say was the most decent to him. That motherfucker don't love nobody, okay? Trust when I say that. And that was a lot of shit, which I ain't gonna go into. He ain't gonna get a video on this motherfucker because he is totally irrelevant, okay? With all the shit he did, he is irrelevant. And I ain't even had no soul connection like that. That was possibly somebody that I was just meant to have a soul contract with just to birth my child out into this world, okay? Anything else other than that is irrelevant, okay? So people just need to know their place and get in your place. Third video possibly coming tonight, and then I'm gonna shut shit down, and it's not gonna be as long as this one, not at all.